So this is my bamboo camper for my K-Truck, and it's pretty good, but it has a few problems. I do get squished in there when it falls down, and it's pretty tight in there, especially if I'm gonna have a tarp over the top when I'm sleeping if it's raining. So my sister had a better idea, and I think I'm gonna remake the whole top. So the new plan is to have this side pop up as it already does, but have the other side to do a telescope pop up through the big bamboo, which was my original plan. Then the tarp will be able to hang off that, and then also I will pin it to the ground on the other side of the truck. And that's gonna mean there's way more space in there, it's gonna be way more chill to hang out in there, and if it's raining it's not gonna be a nightmare. So I think it's a good idea. It's a lot more work though. So the thing is that I want a telescope inside of a telescope, like I want it to like keep popping out of each of them. So I'm gonna try to empty out this piece of bamboo so I can put a skinnier piece of bamboo in it. I hope it'll work. This feels kind of silly because I already have a system that's working pretty well, but I need it to be working perfectly. So I'm gonna undo this side and I'm gonna reuse that for the other pop-up roof on the other side. So for this system to work, I need new hinges so that this piece of bamboo can slide and become a hinge for the top part of the bamboo camper, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna cut up this bit of scrap bamboo from earlier and hope that it's big enough. So my next step is that I want to add the other piece like this one so that it can hinge off this one. So I've made these little hinges that I'm going to fit onto here, and then I'm going to wire that on and hopefully it'll work. This piece is going to be the leg for the whole contraption of the roof so that it has something to stand on. So now I'm going to drill a hole through this, and then that's going to be able to fit through the other piece of bamboo, and that'll act as its own hinge so it'll be able to swing. Hopefully it's big enough. I couldn't find any bamboo that was that big. This is green bamboo, so it is going to shrink a little, so I'm trying to take that into account, but hopefully it won't shrink that much because I don't have anything bigger. So first I'm going to put it on the leg. Yes, it fits. Doesn't fit that well. It fits there, but it can't get past the nodes, and I need it to go all the way up there. Unless I take that off. Oh no. Aphrodite's hiding from the flies. I think Poet's underneath there as well. You guys have to be car safe. I got this piece down from the roof, so I'm gonna actually work on it down here because that's gonna be way easier. Hopefully that goes okay after it shrinks, is my only issue. Okay, now for the other side, Aphrodite. All right, that goes on that side, and then that goes like that. That's so good. Everything is hinged. So many hinges, hey? So now I'm just reattaching this piece back into here without damaging it too much, hopefully. So the plan is, it should be able to go up like, say that, and then these will fit into maybe this, and then it holds it up. That's so much better than before. I don't know why I didn't think about that earlier. I love it. But now also I'm gonna hinge another whole thing on those hinges. Hope I'm not getting too complex. So I don't know if this is gonna work because I feel like these legs are gonna get in the way of this hinge if this whole thing hinges over. But I've been like staring at it for the past, I don't know, 15 minutes trying to make a decision, and then I realized I should just try it because I can just undo it if I don't like how it is. So here I go. Okay, I'm just gonna do it like that for now. It's very loose. And I'll come back to it if I like it here. Okay. Testing, testing. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my god, it kind of worked. So then that would be up there, and then the little piece would hold it in. I think it's working. It's working pretty well. I think I've got the hinges working, so that's actually really exciting. But the problem now is that these don't want to tuck in. So it's been another probably 15 minutes just staring at this, trying to make it work, and I think I finally found a solution. I think it's this that is the problem. This hits this, so then the hinge like this can't bend back, which is what I want it to do. So I think I'm going to extend this piece instead so that it goes further out here, and then this leg piece will hinge off it. I know it's very complex. This might be too much to try to explain, but I'm gonna do that. Today I feel like I've done a lot more steps backwards than I had forwards, but also I do think I'm getting somewhere, and I think it's gonna be much better than when I started. But right now I'm pulling apart another thing that I made that I thought was good. Gosh, what did I drop? That's the other thing. I feel like I've dropped so many things today, and it's so hard getting on and off because I haven't made a ladder yet. Okay, this one I don't want. So this is where I ended up attaching the leg for the roof, if that makes sense. But obviously it's not good because it's gonna fall off there. So I just cut this little end cap, and look at this. Okay, watch this. First test. Pull the legs this way. Then pull it up until the legs sit into place. And then, if there was a ladder, this would be easier. You've got to imagine there's a ladder. And then this will sit up in there, but I need to get better poles for there. So that's my job today. I'm going deep into the forest to harvest some bamboo, and it's midday and it's spring, which is snake season, so I should have worn long pants, but that's why I'm dressed like a school child on school camp, because I'm going for an adventure. It's springtime, which means that the snakes have just woken up from their hibernation, or their mini hibernation, or whatever it is, and so they come out and they like to sit in the sun, and they're really sleepy, and they're not so aware of their surroundings, so you can easily step on them, and they get angry then because they're like, what are you doing? Because they didn't notice you, and so then they bite. And there's lots of eastern browns around here, which are the second most venomous snake in the world, and my sister already spotted one this season, and there's one that lives in our garden that we haven't spotted yet, so that's nice, I guess, that it's staying hidden for now. But you got to be careful of snakes. The bamboo truck has survived the road so far, and it's a pretty bumpy road, so I'm feeling proud. Feels good, enough a test drive, and it's working this time. So I have this piece of bamboo, which is my basis of what I'm going to use for the pop-up, so I need something skinny enough to fit inside of it. So I brought this to test, which I think will work. It's not great, but maybe once it gets skinnier. Ta-da! It fits! I just sawed it up a little bit and now it seems to fit. I think I just need to chop off all of these and then it'll probably fit in. I also sawed through my finger a little bit. Do you see this? This is what I've been planning. And then that pops out as well. How cool is that? So with the hole saw, I'm going to drill a hole through here and then I'm going to fit a pin in there, and that's going to stop the pieces from falling back down so that I can pull them up. Ready? That goes up. That goes in. Okay, like a flute, I'm also going to put a hole through this piece. Okay, testing. This goes up until you see a little circle, and then you put this in. That's so cute! I love it! So I have a solution, which is kind of a problem, which is also a solution. But I think this hole is obsolete. I think it actually works better just using that joint. You take it out, and it all goes back in on itself. Wait, it's stuck. And then this piece is too long as is, but then if you cut it like here or something, it just pokes out a little bit. Then bring it up, bring that up too. and then poke this through, and then I could even cut out a little groove here so it will sit in there and then it won't wobble around too much. And I think that's way better than going through a hole here and a hole here. That's just too much. I don't know, I guess I did that for nothing. And then also I cut this piece of bamboo too short, that means, and I didn't harvest any spare bamboo, which was really silly. You should always harvest spare and always think twice, cut once, Anastasia. Don't think no times and cut once. That doesn't work at all. But I've got this side working, and then the other side I can just use this temporarily, and I'll have to harvest more bamboo, which is really annoying. So now I'm just going and copying exactly what I did on the last one and then making another telescope pole on this piece of bamboo. All mistakes can be covered up with a piece of duct tape. That's the lesson to life. I'm not actually going to keep it like this, but just for now, before I harvest another piece of bamboo, I'm going to duct tape it together and use it as a placeholder. Okay, the next step is to take out the top of this part and then drill little holes in it so that this will fit into it, so it will hold itself up, and then I'm finished the roof. Okay, so this is how it works. These things poke out a little far, like for now. Then this pokes out, and then something, I'll probably get something smaller than this, but something pokes through and that stops it from going anywhere. Same thing on this side. You get the legs first, then you lift it up, then this comes over. Ta-da! It's so good! And you've got lots of room to sit up. It's perfect. And then a mosquito net over there, and then a tarp that I could pin over there, so it's lots of room, very airy. It's perfect. I'm so proud. Next week, I think I'm gonna make a pop-out table, or maybe I'll put some slats on the roof. I have lots of plans, but come along next week and see more, and thank you so much for watching.